Good evening. Thank you for tuning in to this Unwind Mindfulness Thursday meditation practice group. So my name is Karson. I'm the host. I'm the also the founder of MindfulOcean. Hi, welcome, Paula.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
Yes, it's always nice to connect with you guys every Thursday night. Awesome. So if you're new to this practice group, so in this 45-minute session, we're going to practice mindfulness meditation together. And I'll give you some brief information at the beginning. Especially if you haven't experienced any kind of mindfulness meditation before, I'll give you some information on how to do it. Why do we need mindfulness? And also sorry because I'm in the space which is it's good to keep the mask on, so it's not that convenient for me to put off the mask. So don't feel weird, don't feel worried that you can't. Of course, if you can't hear my voice, please let me know so that I can adjust my mic. All right. So mindfulness is actually a innate capacity that we all share as human. It is about how we live, and it's about can we pay attention intentionally to the present moment experience with openness, with curiosity, so non-judgmentally. And it is a very, very fresh and also very important situation right now we are in. So yesterday, this U.S. presidential election, so which may be relevant to you or maybe not, but I think it is something that we can relate to as well. So people around you may have so many heated arguments or discussion about who will win, what will change after the election. And this kind of discussion may get so heated and the emotions may be very intense, or you may be involving in those kinds of situation in the discussion as well. So sometimes we may feel, I feel the strong emotions. I feel that, my emotion is going up. I feel the anger. I feel the bitterness, or I feel unfair, and then our behavior may go unconsciously or may go mindlessly. So it may hurt our relationship with other people. It may hurt the situation, harm the situation as well. So it's not just about politics. It can show up in our day-to-day interaction with other people. Maybe you're having spending time with your family members, or you're discussing some important matters that may have a lot of consequences in your workplace. So that in those moments, it can be very stressful. It can be very exhausted or overwhelming. So mindfulness is about, can we stay present? Can we stay calm instead of getting lost in those emotions, or getting lost in thinking about something in the past, or worrying about something might go wrong in the future? So whenever we notice it, we intentionally bring ourselves back, take a pause, and to choose our action instead of reacting to emotions or unhealthy thoughts or thinking. So I think mindfulness meditation is able to help us to strengthen this power, strengthen this capacity to stay calm, to stay at ease in those situations, which can be very, very intense, can be very overwhelming. So now I'd like to invite you to settle back and to follow along with the practice together. So just take a few moments to check in to this body. How do you feel right now in this body? Maybe after a long working day, maybe you spend a lot of attention to a computer, to your mobile phone these few days, checking news, checking information. What is showing up right now in the body? You may feel a little bit of headache, or you may feel the shoulders, the neck are so tight. Or you may feel the muscles or the muscle in the fingers or in your forearms can be so tired. So what can you detect in the body right now? So instead of fight against them, instead of avoiding these sensations, see if you can give yourself some space to take care, to show some kindness to this body. So just being with this body exactly as it is in this moment. So not judging, not making any opinions towards the body. And continue to settle, to allow the body to be still as best you can. And also noticing the mind, to checking in the mental state right now. How do you feel in your heart in this present moment? You may feel disappointed, you may feel upset, you may feel overwhelmed, or you may feel at ease, you may feel relaxed, or neutral. That's okay as well. So really take just a few moments to know what is going on right now inside us, to shift our attention from the outside all the way back to us, going inward. So continuing to settle. And before we move on to the seated meditation together, feel free to take a few deep breaths, maybe three deep breaths. So breathing in fully, deeply, and then breathing out fully. And breathing in again, receiving air, receiving freshness. And then breathing out slowly and fully, allowing the body to release the tension you may be holding. And then finally, one more deep breath in. And then breathing out. And then gently returning to a normal breathing rate, rhythm. So softening the body, softening the shoulders, opening the chest. If you are choosing a seated posture, you can keep this posture upright. So be at ease and also be wakeful. And feel free to close your eyes if you feel safe, or you can choose to remain a downward soft gaze if you like to. And then now, turning attention to the breathing. Noticing the quality of the breathing right now. You can choose to breathe through your nose. If breathing through your nose is not that accessible for you right now, feel free to breathe through your mouth. So checking, attending to the breathing. What is the quality of the breathing right now? Is it shallow? Is this deep? Is it fast or slow? Sometimes when we are having a very, very intense or heated argument, discussion with other people, the breathing may go fast, may go shallow, or may feel short of breath as well. So in those moments, I think it is important to turn the attention back to the body, to allow the breathing to find its own rhythm, to recognize again that this moment, actually, I am still breathing. The breaths are still working normally, going in and out. So now, just noticing which part in the body you can feel the breathing most clearly. That may be the chest, noticing the expansion, contraction, or it may be the abdomen, the belly, receiving air, receiving breath up and down. Or it can be the nostrils if you choose to breathe through your nose. The coolness, the warmth or tingling, vibration, or the subtle sensations that you may notice through your mouth, your lips, if you breathe through your mouth. So now, for the following few minutes, let's go back to the breathing. Without changing, without controlling the breath, very gently follow how the body breathes in and how it breathes out. So riding the waves of the breath in and out, one breath at a time. Continuing to observe realizing that every in-breath is a recharging process. It's freshening the body. And also knowing every out-breath, the body is releasing. The body is letting go of anything that no longer serves us. And as John Kabat-Zinn said, if we are still breathing, there is more good than bad in us right now. So, for the following few minutes, let's practice awareness of breathing together silently. And it is normal when you notice distraction, when you notice fatigue or drowsiness, just acknowledge them and then gently and firmly invite the attention to come back to the place where you feel the breathing most clearly. So enjoy the breathing. Sometimes it may be helpful to say some soft words silently in the mind to help you keep track of the breathing. So you can say in after every in-breath, and also you can say in the mind out after every out-breath. And of course, it is just an option. You don't have to use that if you feel okay. So let's continue to follow the breathing as best as you can. So now, releasing that focus a little bit, so softening that spot, that area, just expanding the awareness to this whole body, to this whole being right now. And I'd like to invite you to reflect, to call to your mind that so a moment when you felt, a moment that may happen to you in the past that you feel it was very intense, very overwhelmed. Maybe you have a very heated argument with your spouse, with your kids, with your coworkers, your boss. Maybe you are dealing with a situation that you feel unfair. You feel very frustrated, or maybe even hopeless, helpless. So just call to mind this moment as best as you can. Of course, you don't have to force yourself to think very hard, to dig so deep, and just invite this moment to your mind. So you may picture some memories, you may visualize some people in your mind's eyes. So hold these pieces of feeling with openness. I know some may feel difficult, some may feel very challenging to recall these moments. But that's just an invitation. You don't have to force yourself. So, what is showing up when there's something in your mind, something like this in your mind? What's showing up in your mind right now? What's the feeling? What's the emotion? Can you detect? Can you name these emotions? So it may sound like angry, disappointed, upset, mad, or despair, or feeling aggressive, or feeling defensive. So how does that feel? So naming, knowing these emotions, and being very gentle, checking in the body as well. When these emotions show up, what is going on in the body? after a very, very bad argument, you may feel the chest is so tight. You may feel the breathing rate is going up. Or you may feel the shoulders are lifting, squeezing. Or fingers, your legs are shaking. So being curious, what is showing up in the body in this moment when you feel difficult, when you feel you want to get away from this situation, when you feel you may want to win over others. Is it possible to turn attention to our body again? And to make space to allow these emotions and sensation to exist instead of giving any extra judgments, instead of using any extra effort to fight against them. So holding these sensations and feelings with openness, gentleness. And if you want to, you can choose to send and guide your breathing into those regions, into those areas you may feel tight, you may feel intense in the body. So as if you are sending a very gentle massage to these areas in the body to soften up a little bit. So breathing into your arms maybe, or breathing into your shoulders, your forehead, your jaws, or your legs. So breathing in, open up. And as you breathe out, see if you can soften these parts. You don't need to expect these emotions or sensation may go away immediately, but we can keep this intention to take care of these sensations in the body with kindness and just softening up the edge. And continuing to check in to notice the changes of this feeling or sensations. Does it feel a little bit better, or it stays the same, or maybe it gets worse? That is possible as well. if you find yourself if you find the mind is still engaging with some thoughts, thinking, some pieces or episodes or stories in your mind, it is okay, it is all right. So just allow them to show up, but we don't need to give any extra attention to them. So again, we can come back to this body to notice which part in the body you may feel tense, you may feel tight or stiff. So not getting lost in the thinking. Turning the attention back to this body and use the breathing to freshen, to soften this intense feeling. So cooling off a little bit. And of course, if you find it confusing, you find yourself lost or confused, by all means, you can always go back to the breathing. Always go back to the belly, the chest, or the nostrils to steady yourself, to steady the mind. So we can have this flexibility when we practice mindfulness. So being mindful of these strong emotions, strong sensations. Continuing to make space. And now, gently releasing the reflection or releasing this focus around the strongest emotion. And feel inside the body right now which part you feel more comfortable, which part in the body you feel safer, you feel safe, or you feel strong. Allow your attention to go to these parts, these areas. So these may be your hands, your palms, or maybe your thighs, or your feet on the floor. It may be somewhere else. Sometimes when we feel these strong, difficult emotions or feeling, we may forget that actually we still have some strength. Sometimes we may take a very narrow focus perspective. We may lose that perspective, that actually realizing that we are still alive, we are still having this strength inside us. So right now, can you practice connecting to the body where you feel strong, or connecting to your heart, inside your mind, where you can feel this strength, the steadiness, feeling stable. Feeling safe, protected. See if you can tap into these qualities inside yourself, inside the body right now. So widening your perspective. Being open. Being connected. And being held and supported by the space that we are in. We are not alone. So let's continue to practice it together in silence for these final minutes. Being with our own strength. Being grounded in our own breathing and body and heart. So now, before this meditation practice comes to an end, so let's shift the attention to our mind one more time. And I'd like to invite you to send some loving kindness to other people surround you, or to people in this virtual practice group. And recognizing everyone in the world, even though everybody has different opinions towards certain things, towards situations. However, everyone wants to be happy. Everyone in this world wants to be safe, wants to be healthy. And also recognizing everyone suffers as well. Everyone has his or her own struggles or difficulties in their family, at work, or in their own health. Can we send our well wishes to them, or to this group of people, and wishing them be able to find some peacefulness, find some space whenever they feel struggled, whenever they feel very intense, whenever they feel stressed. So wishing them to be at ease. May you be at ease. May you be calm. May you be at peace. And may you be safe. May you have joy. And also we can also appreciate ourselves to take these 40-something minutes to take care of our own well-being, our own mental health, our own physical health. So we can also wish ourselves to be healthy, to be happy, and at ease, and calm. So taking your time to bring some subtle movement, gentle movement to the body. Shaking out the arms, legs, rolling your shoulders, stretching, reaching. And then when you're ready, feel free to open the eyes again. And yeah. Oops, sorry. So welcome back. So we've done this meditation together. So hopefully you get a sense of why sometimes we may want some mindfulness when we feel the struggles in communications or in those moments when we are dealing with some things that are very difficult or something we might think is wrong. And it's okay to take some moments to take a pause and to go back to ourselves, go back to the body, and to soften a little bit if you feel very tense or you feel very tight in the body. And tap into our own strength to find the groundedness to help us make better, wiser decisions.